Welcome to the Real CP Show. I'm your host, CP. And today's topic, this particular Arizona judge, Anglo Woman, was accused of urinating in public, and then her simp husband shows up and thought that he was going to be the white savior for her. Yes. See, the thing about it is, could she be or have been a DEI type of judge? Because you know people love throwing, well, the ones this applies to, they love throwing that old DEI. But see, they never talk about the true originators, the progenitors of whom and still are the super masters of DI, which would be various numbers of women within sexuality of the predominant-based culture, the ones that this applies to. But don't get it confused, right? Because there are certain numbers of males who also benefit off of sub-DEI, right? But we're not going to go into all that on that. And then you throw in nepotism. Oh, that's a form of DEI, right? And who are the progenitors of nepotism the most in society in various parts of America? Various types of males within sectionality of the predominant-based culture. Oh, so they don't want to talk about that part either. But they want to associate DEI, affirmative action, with Black Americans, even though, again, Black Americans have never, ever, in centuries been the main beneficiality of DEI present type of situations, right? Affirmative action predating the present day DEI or dwindled down DEI, right? Affirmative action that came before DEI. It was numbers of males and numbers of women that were the main progenitors of affirmative action beneficiality recipients. See, but they don't want to talk about that, right? But they also know it's not enough Black Americans, but small exceptions that call this nonsensical stuff out of acting as if DEI was beneficial to Black Americans, which it was not 9,000%. You see how that game goes, right? Like in this situation right here, right? So the thing about it is, this particular, again, Anglo Woman, DEI question mark, judge, in this particular place, not far from Arizona, was caught with her pants down, allegedly urinating, right, in front of five witnesses, right? But at the same time, this is how there are people that do just like this on this.
Oh, brings it here into the barrel. Oh, I see nothing. I was not here. I did not even get up this morning.
He said, what do they do? Oh, yeah, this is what they do when they see certain type of women within certain parts of predominant culture, once applies to, because it's like it short circuits certain type of men within certain parts of predominant culture and various other entities. It short circuits them when it's like, oh my goodness, a woman for within the predominant culture, she's doing this major destructive type of disgusting type criminality of urinating in public. Oh my goodness, that can't be true.
Oh, brings it here into the barrel. Oh, I see nothing. I was not here. I did not even get up this morning.
I'm like this. But then you have some personnel that be like, oh my goodness, so much hateful for women. But Notice how they never talk about which particular women. See, they never talk about the number one women in America for centuries who had the most hate put upon them. It's not numbers of Anglo women, not numbers of Hispanic women. That's very broad. That only means that the person speaks Spanish, which there's Afro-Hispanic, but we don't talk about that. They don't talk about this genericality of infantile tactics of just saying Asian. What does an Asian person look like? There's Afro-Asian people, please, people. There are dozens of countries that make up the Asian continent, let alone how many numerous type of islands. But they love saying genericality of Asian. You see how that little silly game goes, right? But they don't sit there and talk about anyway, I don't go into all that. But the point is like, oh my goodness, they hate women. But again, they're not talking about which women. That's what I'm about to say. Because again, the number one women who has the most criminality put upon them is Black American women, right? And who has been the main progenitors of the type of women who's put more crimes upon numbers of Black American women. Various types of women within the Panamanian culture, but they don't want to talk about that, right? But then they'll say, they'll deflect it and say, they try to deflect it and get more males to not look at that reality. And they'll say, oh my goodness, men hate women. You hate women? You hate women? I'm like, go somewhere with that game. Go on now. What was that? Go on now. That game only works about males who don't see through the game. So let's go ahead and there's quite a number of men who don't see through the game. This is why you have the emasculinity being rampant and masculinity dwindling in various sections of Americanism on situations like that, right? You have simp type males and stuff like this simp type husband of hers. So let's make sure you can see this. Make sure you can see that. All right. Make sure you can. All right, so let me go ahead and make sure you can see this video. All right, maximize this video. Make sure you can see that. All right, let me play this video, and I'm gonna utilize this as fair use as doctrine. And today is December the 20th, 2025.
On Fox 10 Investigates, a Superior Court judge abruptly resigns after an incident with police, but Yavapai County did not release details initially on what led up to the resignation.
That's where we come in. And now Prescott police body cam footage shows the judge allegedly urinating in the street. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum has the video, the report, the court filings, after confirming the identity of the public official.
What are we doing?
Uber.
This is disgusting.
It's just after 1:30 in the morning on October 4th, and the woman who just pulled up her pants, sitting on the bench, is now face to face with Prescott police. She is Judge Pro Tempore Christine Schaff Olson.
Hold on, but you really didn't see that. But you really don't see the picture you see, right? You actually see a Black American, right, woman. That's what you really see, right?
Christine Schaff Olson. The location is known to many as Whiskey Row at Montezuma and Gurley Street, on the same block as the Courthouse Plaza where Schaff Olson works. A source who wishes to remain anonymous obtained this body cam footage, providing it to Fox 10. As the officers try to identify her, Schaff Olson's husband gets involved.
Are you her husband?
Yep.
Okay. Can you hang out over by the cab for me?
Nope.
You see what the simp husband did? He said, hey man, no, can you step to the side over there? No, we're doing an investigation here. No.
Yeah, you can, because I'm conducting an investigation.
For what?
Because I just saw her puking and urinating, exposing herself to several people.
That wasn't her.
That's
Do you
Jason Olson.
do you hear what he said? That wasn't her. He said, no, now I'm looking at, anyway, the witnesses, they saw her urinating, or allegedly urinating. That wasn't her, but the witnesses are looking at her. That wasn't her. Come on, DEI woman, simp, right?
Judge's husband and also the Parks and Recreation manager for the town of Chino Valley.
Now, hold on. Now, is or was he a type of nepotism hiring? Oh, how many numbers of men within sectionality, battalion-based culture are also the masters of nepotism, right? That means that cronyism, right? That means they're getting there based upon not their qualifications and skills. right? Oh, there's quite a number of males within various parts of phenomenal culture to get into positions in different companies and other different entities, not based upon how smart they are, but because of nepotism and cronyism. See how that goes, right? But if it's a Black American man in certain positions, he must have got in there because of some kind of DER, right? You see how this game goes. And they know millions of Black Americans haven't seen through that tactic yet, but small numbers of Black Americans know the game.
Manager for the town of Chino Valley. Police say Olson did not listen to instructions to back away, and as he's being detained, officers say he resisted arrest by tensing up his right arm before being taken to the ground.
Get your ass on the ground, dude.
I'm not doing anything.
So he wasn't doing anything, but at the same time, he's doing something. You see, it's something about certain ones within certain parts of predominant culture. I'm talking about the ones that this applies to. Let me get some out the way first, because there's this little nonsensical behavior to act like that there has never been no type of personnel within predominant culture who has risked their lives, right? Lost their lives, or sit there and fought back against bad sheets and was there for some type of Black Americans and going through certain type, let me phrase that, went through certain things with Black Americans. You best believe there have been numbers of personnel within certain parts of his culture who have sit there and lost their lives, who are stuck right there with a certain number of Black Americans who've been going through things for quite a long time. Don't get your stuff confused, right? Don't get it confused. The problem is 9,000% within the culture has not done anything for Black Americans, right? On that situation. Because if there was overall amount of good numbers of personnel within economic culture, there would have been an anti-American Black hate crime law passed. There would be reparations that have been provided for earned restorative justice, which Black Americans definitely deserve, right? Because the same type of people, they don't talk about, hey, I ain't got anything to do with, they talk about, I ain't got anything to do with slavery. What was going on after slavery? Food, right? What's going on still 21st century? But they don't have that dire nonsensical behavior when you got reparations given to what we call per se Native Americans, and how many of them are the $5 type Indians? They don't talk about the gigantic amount of foreign aid given to different other places and backgrounds to help them build certain things, which is a form of reparations helping them out, right? You see how that goes.
515, we're fighting.
I'm not fighting.
Silly Simp.
Grab the cuffs.
The police report says Schaff Olson showed signs of intoxication and slurred her speech. Schaff Olson was appointed as a judge for Yavapai County Superior Court in 2023. She was a partner for her own law firm for 2 years and has been practicing law for a decade, according to her LinkedIn resume. If you listen closely, she emphasizes her official title.
Minimum, you're getting a ticket.
Now, if that was an overall Black American getting a ticket, I don't think so, right? Oh no, overall, they finna go to jail, right? To be an alleged intoxicated like that, that's a safety issue. You ain't getting no ticket overall, right? And then her simp husband, say that Black American woman had a simp husband, and he was trying to jump in, and he gets arrested, then how's she getting home, right? No, if that was a Black American woman, overall, she's going to jail, right? You see how the discrepancies that happen in various sections of Americanism.
My name is Judge Christina Olson.
The report also says several witnesses walked by minutes earlier and waved the officer down after they saw the judge urinating.
But you really didn't see, or you really didn't hear what you heard, right? They said that several other citizens who were walking waved me down anyway, you see the point, man. Several other citizens who were walking waved me down as they also saw her urinating. Repeat this again. Several other citizens who were walking waved the officer down as they also saw her urinating. But you didn't really see what you heard. Unless it's a Black American, right? Then it's like, oh my goodness. Oh man, they full of criminality. They all talking about race. As if racial racism, anti-Black terrorism has ever stopped in America, right? He said the game goes.
Are they visiting? I have no idea. She's useless. She can't even spell her name.
We reached out to the Yavapai County Superior Court for comment. The court administrator's initial news release just days after the incident said Chef Olson resigned to attend to personal matters. The latest statement from Yavapai County Superior Court says in part, the Superior Court is aware of the allegations against Judge Christine Schaff Olson. This information was brought to the court's attention on October 4. Judge Schaff Olson accepted full responsibility and formally submitted her resignation on Monday, October 6. To ensure coverage of her calendar, Judge Schaff Olson agreed her last day on the bench would be October 31.
All right, this is your citation. It's a misdemeanor for urinating or defecating in public, okay? So you're going to have to sign it, promising to appear in court in about a month, all right?
I'm just going to stop right here. Again, if this would have been a Black American woman, and again, I'm not talking about the naive ones or the gullible ones. I'm not talking about that, right? Because, you know, there's this thing about how when they look at Black American women, they act like that the type of Black American women that they like to sit there and show is the ones that are the ghetto-fied, which whatever that's supposed to mean. You're like, what is ghetto? And it's tiring to hear even certain type of Black Americans that say they work in public. Ghetto. What does ghetto mean? Ghetto basically started over there in section out of Europe, especially in Poland, right? In Warsaw. And that was going geared toward what we call supposedly Jewish personnel, right? Because they were in squalor type of conditions in various types of Warsaw, right? That's where the word ghetto type stuff comes from. But again, terminology matters, right? And so they can sit there and just tell anything to the millions of Black Americans that don't sit there and push back on this nonsense, right? So the thing about it is, let me stop that. When you see this, what I sit there and showed, you have people that, again, that'll do just like this.
Oh, brings it here into the barrel. Oh, I see nothing. I was not here. I did not even get up this morning.
Again, I'm like this. I mean, the ingrained deniability of not believing that there is quite a number of women with major criminality, major mischievousness, major connivingness. It's built in on certain types of males within certain parts of America to not see women doing criminality, right? Just like this.
I bought you a little present.
You did? Well, where is it, honey?
Here, dear. A little present.
You did? Well, where is it, honey?
Here, dear. I bought you a little present.
You did? Well, where is it, honey?
Here, dear. Little man, I've had a busy day.
But you'll have personnel that act like they didn't see what they saw, right? Right? Because it's ingrained. I cannot believe numbers of women do criminality because they're innocent like snow, right? And like that simp husband, right? When the allegations against his, what, possibly DEI judge wife, right? Got caught by witnesses showing her allegedly urinating in public. That's that's major criminality, people, right? But then the simp husband, he hears something and he does it. He hears this right here. What? And however numbers of certain type of males come running, right? So the ones who don't know what's going on. And even the husband, he was so simpish, he couldn't understand reality because he's been simplified. Because if it was vice versa, you think his wife would have been jumping up and down and getting arrested behind him? Mm-mm. But again, this is why certain types of males within the Potomac culture are also the masters of emasculatingness. Right? They'll show emasculation, they'll show masculinity in front of the males, right? Other type of Anglo males, the ones it applies to, and certainly they'll buff up toward numbers of Black American males in, you know, however other situations, right? That comes from generationally ingrainedness, thinking that however certain ones are better, right? But how many of them again are the masters of nepotism, the masters of cronyism? But again, in various sections of society, they'll sit there and try to, turn away from looking at that part and like, hey, y'all focus on what Black people are doing. The games are wild if you don't know how to play the game. I thank you for tuning in to the Real CP Show.